Well, good morning my lovelies. Welcome to a very overcast, slightly grey, breezy, cooler than it has been Monday morning. I hope you're all well, lovelies. Yes, cooler temperatures, my God, is it welcome. Yes, it is. All of last week was quite hot and unbearable. But today it's a lot cooler, so we'll thank the gods for that. I'll take that. So today's video, I thought we would have a look in Mercury in retrograde, because August is the month of Mercury in retrograde, so I thought we'd have a little look at that. So lovelies, batten down the hatches and dive for cover. August is the start of Mercury in retrograde, running from the 4th of August to the 27th of August. The planet Mercury rules all forms of communication, and was thought that when Mercury goes into retrograde, it upsets our forms of communication. Now, the idea of Mercury going into retrograde, it's very complicated, and this is where we need the very fabulous Brian Cox. In days of old, when men were bold and ladies had lovely dresses, people thought that Mercury, the planet Mercury, stopped and then went into reverse and started to go backwards in its cycle, but that's not true. It's all to do with the way the planets take over each other and how it catches up with it, and it's all very confusing. But because of that, I think astrologers of the day took it that if Mercury was in retrograde, things were going to go wrong. So whether something had happened major while Mercury was in retrograde, for them to blame it, I do not know. But yeah, when we have Mercury in retrograde, it's one of those, sit at home, don't do anything, don't get out of bed, don't go to work, don't do this, don't do that, because whatever it is, it's going to go wrong. It's a bit like an extended version of Friday the 13th. So I thought we would have a look at the kind of things that we blame Mercury in retrograde for. So the first one is rushing into decisions and avoided making. Come this way, baby. Good girl. You're welcome. Rushing into decisions and avoid making important decisions or launching into projects. So anything that's going to need your very important decision, or if there's a project that you want to take on, it's important that you think about it properly, delve into all the ins and outs before you actually take that project on or make that decision, because apparently Mercury in retrograde does affect it. The next one, don't sign a new contract unless you have checked everything. So I don't know, if you've got a new job or a new business partner or whatever, read and read again. Read the small print. Don't just look at it and go, yeah, that's fine, and sign your life away, because at some point it's going to come back to bite you on the bum. So I would check, double check and triple check. Try not to argue. I know it's difficult, but try not to fall out with your family and friends over something really silly and really trivial, because it really is not worth it. Just, you know, bite your tongue, say yeah, whatever, walk away. Don't be too hard on yourself. We're all guilty of this. We all do this. I know I do this. We pick faults with ourselves. We blame ourselves for things that have not gone right. We blame ourselves for not doing a job properly. But don't do it. Don't be too hard on yourselves. You know, there could have been an outside problem that could have caused you not to finish a job on time or whatever. So try and be a little bit gentle with yourself while Mercury's in retrograde. Not everything is your fault. Avoid making major purchases. Now this is a thing. Yeah, I mean, when we mean major purchases, I do mean things like a car, a house, a big holiday, things like that. Try and avoid making them in the month of August while Mercury is in retrograde, because sometimes these things don't always work out and you'll be left with a dodo or a big elephant in the room that you can't get rid of. Limit your travel and allow extra time if you can't avoid. So yes, apparently travel is another thing that Mercury in retrograde is affected by. You know, you could be stuck in a traffic jam, in delays, there could have been an accident, whatever. If you've got to go anywhere, and every one of us has to go somewhere, allow extra time for your travel, because you don't know what's happening on the roads. Starting of new relationships or partnerships or friendships. Some people don't like starting a friendship or a new relationship or a partnership when Mercury is in retrograde, because they seem to think that it's going to stick a dirty great big spanner in the works and everything's going to go Pete Tong and you'll fall out and that'll be the end of it. It's up to you. I personally have never had a problem like that with starting a friendship during Mercury in retrograde, but there you go. Jumping to conclusions is another one. Don't automatically think that because something's happened, the person involved is in the wrong. There could have been a reason why they've done it. Not everybody's spiteful, not everybody's lazy. So, come this way, good girl. This way. No, this way. Come on, wait. Wait. Good girl, walk on. Yeah, so if something's happened, don't automatically jump to conclusions that that person's done it out of spite or out of malice or because they couldn't be bloody bothered. Texting or emailing. Yeah, that's always one of the big things with Mercury in retrograde. They always say, if you're sending an email, triple check it. If you're sending a text, triple check it. Watch how you word things. If you're on Messenger or anything, if you're on Messenger or anything like that, then yeah, they say just be very careful with texting and emailing how you've worded it, because the person you've sent it to could take it the wrong way. I don't know. Some people read into things differently. So yeah, that is Mercury in retrograde from, it started yesterday, which was the 4th, and it will last up until the 27th. So tread cautiously and be careful, lovelies. We don't want things going wrong this month, do we? So, me and Woo are going to finish off our walk, and then I'm off to work. So, I hope you all have a wonderful Monday. Nearly called it Wednesday then, living in hope. A wonderful Monday. Do look after yourselves, lovelies. And remember, if you're struggling, please reach out, because there's always somebody there that will help you. Look after one another, and if nothing else in this world, please be kind, because you don't know what that other person's going through that stood next to you. And from me and the Woo, we're sending you all much love and many blessings.